So, Alicia, since you've been studying this for so long, this is something I've always struggled with. Talking about like you have something you kind of set your mind to, like I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna get good at this because this is like whatever you learned at the last clinic or whatever it might be. Um, how have you balanced? I personally, I really struggle um, with approaching things the right way because I very much grew up in a um if you're not fast enough, just run more, and if you aren't making good enough grades, just spend more time studying. And it was a very much like I'm just going to keep putting my head at this wall until my head goes through the wall, and like that will work, which might be a very like I am a male in my 20s type attitude. um but that's something I've, especially when I first got around Buck and first got like almost militant about how I was going to pursue this. Um, and I feel like anyone who has pursued it to a higher level has probably dealt with that because you don't get to where you are without being a motivated person. So how have you like balanced that?
I would say the same way. I mean, just when you have, anywhere between 7 or 10 or 12 horses to work with every day, and in my situation, I actually wish I could call some of the people that I work for and apologize to them for taking their money, um, in calling myself a professional horseman. I never considered myself professional at the time. I was kind of thrust into the position, and it was there. And so it's a little different way, I think, to go about getting into the business. But I wasn't going to back down, because it was a great opportunity for me, and it was my dream. And so I very much did that. I just worked and I didn't, um, I just knew I was making a ton of mistakes, and I kind of wasn't okay with it. I mean, internally, I knew that I was doing the best job that I could for my abilities at the time. But knowing that I had probably had a lot more to offer. And I think I still feel that way to this day, that, the more I learn and the more I see, I realize that it's just never ending, but you can't let that get you down, and you just have to keep chipping away at it. And you have to step back and sometimes just more look at the big picture and say, I can't compare myself to this other person right now because I'm not there yet. And I just have to keep doing what I'm doing and practicing and not beating myself up for, not being where I think I should be. And so that's kind of how I got through all of those years and of riding horses, and not getting down on myself, or comparing myself to other people.